Welcome back in here to Live Now from Fox. I am Andy Mack. Day number 4 in the search for 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie, the mother of Today Show host Savannah Guthrie, continues on, and some development, some movement there on the ground as the Sheriff's Department alerting the media that there might be some activity. The crime scene tape is back up in the Catalina Foothills neighborhood. Let's be joined right now on the ground by our Fox 10 team, Brian Webb. Brian, thank you so much. You're at the scene right now. What are you hearing? What are you seeing from law enforcement?
Yeah, Andy, most of the day, the sheriff's office was kind of batting off reports and rumors, and then suddenly a flurry of activity here, starting with deputies that pulled up here within the past hour. I'll step out of the way and give you a look. That is Nancy's house back behind me, and that is the new crime tape that you talked about. Deputies showed up here. At the same time, we learned that the FBI is apparently at the in-laws' house, not far from here, apparently talking to the family who we think is staying at that home. We have video from just the past hour. Again, a big truck pulled up. Deputies hop out, some of them in camouflage, walking the property with a canine. Looked like they moved toward the back. We did not see them go inside. That doesn't mean they're not in there. But then they put up that crime tape as well to keep us back. Also want to show you drone video. This is a fairly remote area out here, like you might find on the outskirts of a lot of towns. Cave Creek and Carefree stand out in the North Phoenix area, for one. These are secluded stone and brick homes, large remote lots. No fences out here, no street lights, no sidewalks, just thick desert brush in between the homes. You really can't see one home from the next, and you might think if one neighbor yelled out to the other neighbor might not hear. Up until today, news crews and anybody from the public could walk right up to the front door of the house. That is where we saw the disturbing video earlier today. Blood on the patio and what appeared to be a doorbell camera missing. The sheriff's office offered no details on either one of those, and then by the time we showed up here this morning, Wednesday morning, there was private security on the property. Back to the in-law question. Reports surfaced overnight, really, that the in-law of Nancy Guthrie might be a person of interest in this case. Immediately, the sheriff batted that away, saying, no, we don't have any suspects. We don't have even a person of interest. But then late today, within the past hour, we learned the FBI is at the house. That doesn't necessarily mean those things have changed, but the FBI really wants to talk to the family again. The in-laws house earlier today. Lots of media out there based on that report. Several non-media cars there as well, leading us to believe that might be a gathering spot for the family, although we did not see anyone come or go. Lastly, the city of Tucson is planning a vigil tonight at a nearby church. It's expected to be a big turnout. We went by there earlier today, and I talked to one resident planning to attend. What do you think about the community coming together for something like this?
I think it's a gift when people come together and support each other in whatever ways people connect with their higher power. And so there's really a sense of comfort, and people often feel alone and afraid. A lot of people live in, especially they get to a point in life and age, a lot of people living in the suburbs of Tucson might at times feel isolated, and this brings also a sense of fear. So coming together really helps people connect, and there's a strength in that.
Again, we went by the church earlier today, Andy. I asked someone to call me with any more information, what it would be like, what they're expecting the turnout to be. Most importantly, though, do they expect the Guthrie family to show up and perhaps speak? And I did not get a call back. We'll have a reporter at that story and then bring you updates later tonight, Andy.
All right, very good. Obviously, some developments within the last half an hour or so. And I want to ask you, because the FBI has taken a back seat, has let Pima County and their sheriff kind of take control of this crime scene and the investigation. Did you see any FBI individuals at Nancy Guthrie's house within the last half hour, or is it basically all Pima County?
Yeah, strictly Pima County out here. And again, when we were at the in-laws house earlier today, we didn't see any law enforcement of any kind. That has all happened within the past hour at most. But out here at Nancy's house, just Pima County deputies, some of them in camouflage, the real deal, walking around with a canine, clearly looking at something in the backyard. That's where they want to take a better look at things. We don't know if they think they might have missed something or got a new tip later today, but things definitely have changed in the past hour or so.
All right, my last question before I let you go, because we hear there's that memorial a little bit later on tonight, but we've heard from different neighbors that knew Nancy Guthrie, but they didn't know that she was connected to Savannah Guthrie, the Today Show host. How much of an outpouring of support do we expect to see tonight at that memorial? Was that individual going to be joined by hundreds of other people there?
You could just guess that by driving by the church. Earlier today, they already had signs out telling people where to go, where to park, how to direct traffic. So you think that they are planning for a big turnout tonight. But again, they didn't return a phone call to let me know just exactly what that might be or if the Guthrie family might show up. So we'll have to wait and see on the rest of that. But again, it's a vigil. They're still holding out hope that Nancy is alive, and we'll hope for the best with them.
Yeah, and obviously just this kind of quiet neighborhood, unaccustomed to what's going on with this potentially incident and also just the media coverage of it. All right, Brian, thank you so much. I appreciate your time and your reporting here on Live Now.
Of course.
All right, thank you so much. All right, great conversation as always as we're continuing to dive into it. It is day number 4 of this ongoing investigation, this search for the 84-year-old mother of Today Show host Savannah Guthrie there in the Catalina Foothills area. We do know that this is the crime scene tape that was put up. The house was turned back over to the family after the investigation over the last several days, but they have kind of blocked it off a little bit, put up some of those signs as well outside of the home to keep the media off the property, and now they're back on the property, Pima County, the FBI potentially at the in-laws' house as well, questioning some of those close to him. We're also hearing more information about an unverified ransom note. So very piecemeal information coming from this case, obviously garnering national attention there from Southern Arizona and beyond.